Hi everyone, welcome back to the next session. Before getting to the today's session, we will recap what we discussed in the previous video. We discussed about the sample, how to give the inference to the population out of the sample, and how to make these statistical inferences, how to formulate the hypothesis and null and alternate hypothesis. Can you guess what is our today's topic? Yeah, it's all about the error which we make if we are making any hypothetical error. Obviously, it will create it will give a negative result to the entire research process. And also, we should be very conscious and we should be very thorough in how to formulate the hypothesis. Yes. This is all about the error type 1 and type 2 error. Normally, if we are doing hypothesis testing, if we make error, obviously use sample to drive inferences, the total inferences will go wrong, and taking if we are making our inference wrong, the testing will be wrong. And if we are taking the sample from the population is not representing the entire population, obviously the entire research process will be wrong and misrepresentations will be there in several causes of error. In spite of all these things, normally we are having 4 possibilities of error in the statistical hypothesis. One thing is the hypothesis is true, but our test rejects it. Obviously, it is a type 1 error. Say for example, we have to accept the null hypothesis. Unknowingly, we are rejecting it. Type 1 error will occur. The next one is the hypothesis itself is false, but our test accept the false hypothesis. Obviously, type 2 error will occur. Our hypothesis is true and we are making the correct decision, then our decision could be correct. Hypothesis is false and we are rejecting the hypothesis, our decision could be the correct. So these two error to be eliminated. This we call it as type 1 and type 2 error. Let us discuss this type 1 and type 2 error with a test. Normally, when we are thinking about our COVID period, then this we could understand why we are giving that much importance. If we are making any error on our decision, what will happen? So we will relate with that coincidence. Normally, we are giving a test. If we have during COVID, if we find any symptoms, immediately we have to go and give a sample for testing. And we are not having flu, and we are getting that COVID. We are getting negative result. This is correct. Okay, we don't have flu. At the same time, we are not having COVID. It's a correct decision. We have flu and at the same time we are getting as a positive. This is also correct. So there is no harm in these two things. If you think like this, we are having flu but we are getting negative, this is very dangerous. And also we don't have flu but we are getting as a positive result. This is also error. These two error, type 2 error is more dangerous than the type 1 error. The reason behind this, if we had COVID, we should isolate ourselves and we should not spread it to the public. So if this happens, obviously it creates a public problem. It created, no? Yes. So this is very dangerous. Though we don't have flu, we are taking medicine, we alone are getting suffering. This is also wrong. This is also wrong. Type 2 error is more dangerous than the type 1 error, that to be considered. Yes. With this, what we want to do is, when we are doing testing, we should bother about the errors. Very, very difficult to control both the error, but error trade is possible. Type 2 error is more dangerous than the type 1 error. So, we have to try to accept some percentage of error, which is, that is called significance value tolerance. Type 1 error 5% level of significance means we are accepting a null hypothesis at 95% correctness. This is what we have to consider and we have to work it. Let us have a small assessment. We will check our memory, how far we are. Type 1 is more dangerous than the type 2 error. Is it true or false? It's false. Type 2 error is more dangerous than the type 1 error. Though we have flu and we are getting negative result, it means we are spreading to the entire world. That is more dangerous than the type 1 error. So, type 2 is more dangerous than the type 1 error. Yes. With this, we are closing this session. Today, we discussed about the meaning of error, how hypothesis testing to be formulated, where type 1 and type 2 error are being occurred, and which is more dangerous to the conclusion. With this, we are closing this session. We will meet in the next video. Thank you.